Right, welcome to another section of optical communication networks, unit 2, optical detectors and optical fiber components. Today we discussed about receiver design. Nothing but in previous classes we discussed about what is the transmitter design, what are the components which we are using in transmitting section, and we discussed about channel. Now today we discuss about receiver design. Once the signal is received by the photodiode, what are the next steps? What are the next steps of the signal transmission in the receiver? We discussed today's class. That is, first one is receiver design. Here this is a basic block diagram of receiver blocks. First block of the receiver is pin diode. Pin diode. We are taking either avalanche photodiode, whatever it is. That is basically we are using photodiode. The next block is amplifier and filter. The next block is decision circuit and pulse reshape regenerator. Next, signal processing equipment, and finally we are using original signal. Yes, see this one. What are the steps we are follow in the receiver design? The first step is pin diodes. Here nothing but is the photodiode. The input signal is optical or light signal, which is pin diode we are using, which sends the optical signal and convert it into electrical pulses. Electrical pulses. See the shape of the pulse. See the shape of the pulse. All we know that in the previous classes in first unit, at the time of modulation technique, internal or external modulation, whenever the light is on, either LED or laser, whatever it may be, whenever light is on, nothing but it is 1. It shows in the digital format 1. Whenever light is off, it is shown in the 0. But here we are getting output is, it is not a perfect digital signal, but we are getting something signal which shows electrical current, that is output here electrical pulses containing photodetector noise. Due to noise, the shape of the pulse can be changed. Next, this one given to the input for the amplifier and filter circuit. Here what is the use of amplifier, which is increase the strength of a signal. See this one, the amplitude, and see the output of this output of this one. Automatically the strength of increase the strength of the signal, and filter is used to remove the noise. That's why the output of this amplifier and filter circuit is voltage pulses and amplifier noise. Some very less noise is present. Next, the output of this amplifier and filter, which is given to input for the decision circuit and pulse regenerator. That is, we have to take decision. The pulse is whether it is 0 or 1. 0 or 1. Already you know that the concept of sampling theorem. The concept of sampling theorem. You know what is why we are going for sampling, which the sampling is used for the conversion from analog to digital signal. At the time of conversion from analog to digital signal, at the time of quantization stage, we are applying threshold value. The threshold value in terms of voltage. Above the threshold value, which should be equal to 1 in the digital format. Below the threshold value, which is equal to 0. Based upon the condition only, the decision on pulse reshape generator works based on threshold voltage. So based on threshold voltage, we have to fix. Suppose we are fixed 2 volts. Threshold value is 2 volts. Above the 2 volts, the output is 1. Below the 2 volts, the output is 0. Nothing but once we are taking this signal given to decision circuit, suppose the voltage, that is peak to peak, how much we have to calculate for each pulse. Whether it is 2 volts, it should be output should be 1. Whether it is below 2 volts, it output will be 0. Likewise, the output of the decision circuit and pulse regenerator is in terms of digital format, ones and zeros. Next, signal processing equipment. What is the use of signal processing equipment? Is there any something very less noise is present? We have to remove that noise. Finally, we are getting original signal. This is about the basic block diagram of receiver design. Basic block diagram receiver design. Now we go for, we have to draw equivalent circuit for this block diagram. Equivalent circuit. You know the concept of equivalent circuit drawing in electronic circuits, right? Suppose I am taking CE amplifier, CB amplifier, or CC amplifier, whatever it may be, we have to draw the equivalent circuit. For an equivalent circuit, at the time of drawing equivalent circuit, nothing but we have to take the precautions, that is input impedance and output impedance. Right? I think you know how to draw the equivalent circuit. Now, based upon the equivalent circuit, I am drawing the receiver design equivalent circuit. Right? See this one. This is exact equivalent circuit for the receiver design. Here, the equivalent circuit contains three parts. First one is photo detector with bias resistor. The second one is amplifier section equivalent circuit. Next, equalizer circuit. Three sections: photodetector stage, amplifier stage, equalizer stage. Here, see this one. First, we have discussed about photodetector stage with bias resistor. Here, see this one. This is our exact photodiode or pin diode. The input is optical signal, receive the optical signal and converts into electrical signal. The output of the pin diode is current, electrical current, that is Is of t, shows current. Here we have to take CD, that is shunt capacitance. Next, RB is the bias resistor, and IB of t shows thermal noise generated by the RB resistance. Thermal noise generated by the RB resistance. What is meant by thermal noise? Thermal noise is nothing but due to temperature changes, the working of the circuit also change. Suppose we are taking the resistance is 1 kilo ohm. Suppose I am taking 1 kilo ohm resistance. We are giving input at 15 volts. For this 15 volts, 1 kilo ohm, there is no problem. It is properly work. Suppose we are giving 25 volts to that resistor. It is unable to work. That is automatically the temperature inside the resistor can be increases. That is nice. That's why we have to calculate thermal noise of this. First part is IB of t. Next, once the signal is received, we are giving to the amplifier section. Here in this amplifier section, we are taking resistance Ra and capacitance Ca for equivalent circuit. The thermal noise generated by the amplifier is Ia of t. Here the output of the amplifier is E of t. Here what is meant by E of t? Nothing but the output of the amplifier, which is the increase of the strength of a signal. Right? This is given to next another amplifier stage, or the output of the amplifier stage given to equalizer section. The final we are getting the output is the original section. This is the three blocks. But here see this one. This is having four sections: photodetection stage, amplifier filter stage, decision and pulse reshape, and signal processing. But going for equivalent circuit, this is a one stage, this is a second stage, and the last two blocks are contain only single stage in this one. This is a method to design a receiver. Right. Now we have to take, right, instead of pin diode, we are taking avalanche photodiode. Here, what is the difference between pin diode and avalanche photodiode? Only multiplication factor can be increases. Suppose we are taking pin diode. The output of the pin diode is 1 volt. We are getting signal is 1 volt peak to peak. But suppose we are taking avalanche photodiode. One multiplier section is capital M times. Suppose I am taking M equal to 2. Multiplier is the 2. Then the output of the avalanche photodiode is 2 volts. That is the output of the avalanche photodiode, which is equal to multiplier M into pin diode output. This is about receiver design. Right. Now we have to go for analog and digital transmission system design. Right. First we will discuss about analog transmission system design. Here the main elements of analog transmission system are 4 parts: fiber optic transmitter, fiber channel, fiber amplifier, optical detector. See this one. This is the first stage, transmitter section. This is the channel section. This is the amplifier section. This is the optical detector. Amplifier is present in middle of the transmitter, receiver also present, based on the concept of repeater. It is available at the receiving section also. It is available in transmitter section also. That is pre-amplifier, power amplifier, right? And in between amplifier, different types of amplifiers are present, right? Here, what is the principle of this one analog transmitter system? We are taking electrical input, that is sine waveform we are taking, given to light source, right? Based upon this input, we are getting output is optical signal. The optical signal transmission to optical fiber cable. Once we are taking this, the repeater section is the amplifier repeater, which converts from optical to electrical first, amplify, and again convert into electrical to optical, then transmits. The final stage is optical detector, which again converts from optical to electrical signal. We are getting electrical output. The input is electrical, output also electrical. This is about analog transmission system design. We are taking input is sine waveform. We are taking output also sine waveform. Right. Similarly, we are going for digital transmission system. Digital transmission system design. Here, what is the difference between analog and digital transmission system? Based on the shape of the signal. Here in digital transmission system, in terms of zeros and ones, Here, see this one digital transmission system. The input of the transmission section is digital information source. In terms of zeros and ones, we are given. Before transmission, we are go for encoding. What is meant encoding? Encoding is nothing but encode the original signal for security purpose. Encoding the signal, that is change the format. Suppose I am giving input signal is 1010, 4 digits, 1010. After encoding, the signal is encrypted and form can be changed. Encrypted and form can be changed, but we are getting output of the encoder is suppose 1111. 1111. It is a secret for security purpose. Encoder we are using. Once we are giving, next we are go for laser drive circuit and given to the laser, which converts from electrical signal to optical. Electrical element 0 and 1. We are giving 0 and 1. When input is 1, the light is on. Input is 0, the light is off. Then transmission along the fiber cable. The receiving side, the first one is APD, avalanche photodiode, or pin diode, whatever it may be taken, depending upon the application. This is a photodetector stage, which again converts from optical electrical, then given to amplifier and equalizer stage, which increase the strength of the signal and equalize the pulse amplitudes, and again decode. Here the transmitter section we are encoding, here is for decoding. Then finally we are getting digital outputs. The digital output is 1010. For transmitting section we are using encoding. The receiving section is decoding. Encoding and decoding. This is about digital transmission system. Now we are going for what are the design choices we have to take at the time of transmission system design. Right. Here see this one. This is a system factor and what are the choices. Now we discuss. First we transmission distance. The transmission distance can be changes depending upon the application. Right? Suppose for internet connection for thousands of kilometers. Suppose LAN connection within the 1 kilometer radius. Right? The transmission distance. That is the system complexity increases with transmission distance. The second factor is the type of optical fiber cable, whether it is single mode or multi-mode, depending upon the application. Next, dispersion. Dispersion is nothing but noise. Here it is whenever the dispersion occurs. Dispersion occurs. What is my dispersion? Which shows merging of the pulses. When the pulses are merging, it is called as the ISI, intersymbol interference. Whenever intersymbol interference occurs, we are using regenerators to reduce dispersion or dispersion compensation circuits. Next, fiber non-linearities. Fiber non-linearities. Suppose depending upon the input we are taking output is it should be linear. If non-linearities we are getting nothing but noise can be getting. At that time first we have to check the characteristics of the fiber, whether it is coming linearity or not, and wavelength, and check the wavelength and transmit the power. We have to check. Next, operating wavelength. The operating wavelength will be different of the applications only. 780 nm available, 850, 1310, 1550, 1625 nanometers wavelengths. Next, transmitter power. The transmitter power is in terms of expressed in terms of dBm. Next factor is source type. We are taking source either LED or laser, and receiving sensitivity. The receiving sensitivity also typically in terms of dBm. And detector type either pin diode or avalanche photodiode. Here what are the different types of modulations we are using here? The modulations is we are taking here either amplitude modulation, frequency modulation, pulse code modulation, or any other digital type, ASK, PSK, FSK, whatever it may be. Different types of modulations we are using. And bit error rate is 10 power minus 9 or 10 power minus 2. Whether it is increases bit rate, I think automatically we are getting output is error. Here how to calculate bit error rate? We have to calculate bit error rate. How many number of bits are transmitted? How many number of bits are receiver? Compare the transmitter and receiver input and output bits. Is there any change? We are getting any at them of comparison input and output, any changes. Based on that only we are calculating bit error rate. Next one is signal to noise ratio. The signal to noise ratio depends on decibels. And next one is number of connectors or splices in the system. Here how many number of connectors and splices in the system? What is a connector or splices? Which is used to connect the optical fiber cables. Already we discussed in first unit, right? Here whenever number of connectors or splices are increases, then automatically noise is increased, losses also increases. That's why we have to maintain very less connectors, right? Next one is environmental requirements and limitations. Here we have to take the precautions at the time of implementation. In practical, you have to consider what is the humidity, what is the temperature, whether it is directly the sunlight is can be present or not. Next one is mechanical requirements, whether at the time of design, whether it is indoor application or outdoor application, you have to consider. These are the some of the design choices at the time of designing a transmission system. Do you have any query? Type your query in a chat box. Thank you very much for attending today's section.